we prayed about it with Nathan and Jane at Battlefield, and it's amazing. It's fun to see good stories going on in the news instead of all the stuff we have to live in today's world.
Well, we've been talking about coming up with our own foundation to have something that we could give back personally to the community outside just the church. And then the Sparkle Box project actually came from Terry reading the book.
I was reading the book to Sarah Jo, our little girl, one night around, I guess it was probably the early December. We start Christmas pretty early around our house. And as I was reading the book to her, just became really overwhelmed with what the book was about. And it's about celebrating Jesus' birthday and honoring him by doing good things for other people, random acts of kindness, teaching your children how to do that. And as Sarah Jo and I read the book, and the book talks about the father in the book is so blessed in his business, and he tries to get his employees and family to give back. It just really hit home to me. And so I put it on Harry's computer, so when he came home that night, I was like, you've got to read this book. And I want to talk to you about it. And then he read it, and we had already been praying about the Arias family and what we could do to help them. We were already trying to help them in some ways with their home that they had, their present home that they had at the time. And so after reading the book and giving it a lot of thought and prayer, we decided we might want to do something a little more.
Harry and Terry Pierce approached us about this Sparkle Box project that they were really excited about, and as we talked about that, we started realizing that Sparkle Box may be sort of the umbrella of what we're going to talk about, but for this particular year, the thing that they kept hearing as they were praying and doing some research was that they had this family that they would really love to build a house for.
Wednesday, September the 11th, he got up to go to work that morning. He kissed me bye, he left, he went to work, and when I got back to work, I threw my cell phone in my pocketbook, just like, because we're not allowed, we're not supposed to have them with us. And all of a sudden I get in a call. I deal with nothing but Hispanic patients, so I'm on the call with another Hispanic person, and Amanda, my supervisor, comes up and tells me, Stephanie, you've got a call on this line. When I picked up the phone, it was my husband's boss, the owner of the company my husband works for, boss, and said that he had been in a real bad accident. Actually, Terry called me on the Saturday before Christmas and asked if she could meet me and my children at Great Harvest, because she wanted to sit down and just go over everything that had happened with Habitat and see what else we could work out. She said, do I need to get the kids up there? And I was like, no, my mom can bring them. So my mom shows up with my kids, and we walk in Great Harvest, and she's like, it's just too many people in here. Let's go up here. I've got a friend who's got an office up here. We can just go up here and sit down and talk. So we walk into Battlefield, and Harry sort of stops me and the kids, and Terry walks in, and then motions for us to come on. And I walk in, and then there's everybody standing there, and it was very, very emotional. It was very, very touching that I didn't realize how many people actually cared.
Yeah, it's fun. It's kind of a bittersweet feeling.
And that's the day we had all the Pepperell High School people out there. And that's the day I was yearly afraid it's going to be tremendously emotional for everybody to see that house being torn down. And if it hadn't been for Pepperell and all their friends being there, doing it with them, I think it would have been a lot worse if it had been a lot of adults there and, you know, the construction crew or demolition crew tearing down the house.
Harry and Terry got involved, and they've got a lot of really cool influence in the city of Rome and outside of that even. And so, man, all these people are getting involved, and we show up out there for the groundbreaking.
And it was early morning. It was like 8 o'clock on a cold morning. And actually, Terry was not expecting all these people. And when we found the house, there were trucks and vehicles lining the road. And even the name Shovels to Shingles is indicative of the heart of the thing, because the shovels are groundbreaking and the shingles are just finishing the job. So it's really from bottom to top. And you know, really, it is exciting, but even driving up that day, my heart was heavy, because the reason this wound up coming to the forefront was because her daddy was killed. It was an accident on his job. And so even though it can be yee-haw for everybody, I couldn't help but notice the home, because that is their home. And home is truly where your heart is, it's where your family is, and he wasn't there anymore.
The day that we broke ground out here was a very, very bittersweet day for us. It was a sad day, a very, very emotional day for us. But this is, you know, like I've said the whole time, this is a new chapter of our life, and a new chapter in our book. We had to close the old chapter, unfortunately.
At the groundbreaking, we had a shovel for Nathan and Jane and Terry and I, and each Van and his wife, Amy, and then we had a purple one with a gold shovel painted with a ribbon on it for the Arias family to do it. And of course Nathan led us in a great prayer, and we sang a song, and then we broke ground.
We're at the house that we're building. I'm very, very excited about it. I still feel like I'm in a dream, though. Feels like it's all unreal. It come up so quick. Last week it was nothing but a foundation, and now it's a house.
Yeah, you had the people that think in bullets and ding, 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 and this happens first, and this happens next, and this happens next. And then you had other people that were ready to be told what to do, and then you had other people that were sitting and having hot cocoa and visiting the mom and the kids and just being present with them. And
yeah, we had Jody Buford that we got our windows for, because we're building a house. He had enough spare windows left over from, I guess, other projects that all came together, and of course we framed up around them. But so he donated all the windows and doors. The roofing guys donated, I think it was Bannister Roofing, donated the roofing and installed the roofing.
Don Agan.
Don Agan did all the plumbing, and he had same thing. He had some tubs and toilets that were stored away that are left over from the projects, I guess. And Eastern Electric came and wired. And,
I'm afraid we'll leave somebody out. Daniel with 3 nails.
With 3 nails, which is a cool logo. It's got a cross on there. The 3 nails.
Van.
He did a lot of work. Van McMeekin, our general contractor, he oversaw the whole thing, pulled all the permits.
My kids were very excited about the whole process. They couldn't believe that it come up as quick as it did. They thought we was going to be over there a year in the other house. They was like, oh my gosh, it's going to take forever. It's going to take forever. And then once they seen exactly how fast it was going up, they were really super excited about it. They wanted to come over here. Closer when it got to the end, they wanted to come every day to see what had been done. And you know, the first, up until they got it dried in, went really quick on the outside. But once they got to working on the inside, it was like, you'd come over here and it was like, okay, what have they done today? You'd walk down through here and look, and it would be nothing done. And they was actually doing stuff. You just couldn't tell what was done.
The Arias family was involved the whole time. I mean, they came out and use shovels and hammers, and
There wasn't a weekend they wasn't
there
there.
wasn't a weekend that they weren't there. Even if they had a ball game on a Saturday, well, either before or after the game, they were there, helping in whatever way that they could.
And it was so fun to see organizations and individuals and schools and churches just want to be a part. I was just out there, they were doing painting and we were doing some landscaping, and there's some folks from a church that are out on the back porch and they're just getting it done out there. And that's what that means to me. And I love the community of Roane.
Our
ceremony.
church went and laid the carpet.
Oh, they laid
Flint
the
Hill
whole
Church.
house. Our church laid the whole house full of carpet. Oh yeah, and they got
provided-
donated the carpet. Mm-hmm. Whereas like, there's no way this is going to get done in one day. And our church is an elderly church, and there were some hurting people, including the pastor. I mean, he's got to be 65, 75. Mm-hmm. The average age there that day was probably 70. I was probably the youngest one at 55.
Laying carpet.
Laying carpet of all things on your knees, and had a whole spread of food. Because they always cooked when they had get together, and it was raining, so we had to get a chain of people together with carpet in, so without it getting wet. I don't think there were too many surprises during the build, and mainly because our contractors were so strict. They just soon not had any volunteers out there, but they're like, we can do it 10 times faster if y'all would just get these people out of our way and let us do it. They're like, okay, this is not getting across to what we want to get across. We will, people feel good when they help other people. So that was probably our biggest struggle. Is getting, because we had so many professional contractors wanting to help. On Habitat, you had usually have one or two on the job site, and then you got to use everybody else. Then they work during the week, and then they put up walls. They wouldn't let us put up walls. They wouldn't let us get up on the roof. They left us all the little small stuff and pick up trash and paint.
Van, I remember one specific, I said, Van, we got to get this house painted. We got to get it done. We're going to miss our deadline. No, I can't get it painted. We just can't get it. So I called a friend of ours and I said, so I need you bad. And he met me out there on Friday afternoon at 3 o'clock. And Van, bless his heart, I drove him crazy. He said, you're not going to there's no way we can get this done. There's just no way. And I said, so we got to paint this house. So he and his workers worked all weekend, prepping, priming, caulking, and got the house painted by Monday at 3 o'clock. It was done. And of course, Van's like, I have no idea. And we did show
That's
up.
not when Van called me
and even
overseas in China. He said, Terry, you got to get home. Your wife is killing me. She's killing me.
And then on the dedication day, we really just, invited everybody that had anything that their hands had touched the project, whether it was making phone calls to baking bread or actually doing the labor part of it. We invited everybody out and had a blessing of the house. Don Spears, our pastor, was there and just presented them with the keys to the house.
When I walked in the first door for the first time, I squalled like a little baby. I mean, it was very overwhelming. It was very, and it still is. It's very, like I said, it's very bittersweet. I'm glad to be back home. I'm glad for me and my kids to be able to make this our home now. But the dedication, there was so many people here. Everybody, they come in, they prayed in the house. It was very, very emotional. It was a very, very emotional day for me.
Well, that was one special time when everybody wanted to come in the house, and they hadn't got to see it yet since we furnished it and put all the comforters and the beds were made and everything, towels. They hadn't seen any of the furniture stuff. We just told them they weren't allowed to come in there the last week. And everybody wanted to rush in there, and we just had to tell everybody, sorry, but this is going to give us 5 minutes. So our pastor and his wife walked around with Terry and I and the Arias family, and I think Nathan and Jane were out of the country. And then there were some serious tears in there, and then we all held hands. And what was cool about it, I think the Rome News Tribune
She was there.
was
Carolyn.
in there, and she was taking pictures. And when we got in the living room after it was all said and done, a lot of tears flowing. And then we circled around, and Don led us in prayer by ourselves in there. I looked over there, and there's the Romeo's Tribune girl, holding hands inside of our circle. I thought that was pretty cool. And then we went out and said, okay, now everybody come in. So everybody just kind of started touring the house and seeing what it's all about. And then we had cookies and drinks and stuff like that, and music playing.
I think they were proud. They were excited. And there were lots of happy tears.
Stephanie said inside the house, when it was just a small little group, that this is a turning a new leaf in our life. This has helped us get through it.
Happy birthday, Jesus.